Coming up on News Live at 6, it's Hunger Action Month, what you can do for your community.
Plus, September is Suicide Prevention Month and SU is hosting events to commemorate. The details next.
And a volunteer organization is building a community and creating a cleaner city. News Live at 6 starts right now.
Thanks for joining us tonight on News Live at 6. I'm Lauren Holdmyer.
And I'm Tyler Oldano.
The National Veterans Center is hosting a suicide prevention education talk today. The topic of the panel is 1 Degree of Separation, a funny look at depression and suicide. The organization introduces 5 questions to recognize when people are experiencing a crisis. Communications Director Charlie Poag explains why this is still an important topic. For those technical difficulties, but this event will close with a resource fair and reception in the lobby of the Veterans Center at 6:15 tonight, so make sure to head down now.
Well, an artist is bringing the sounds of Louisiana-style Zydeco music right here to the city of Syracuse. Our reporter Chloe Breeze shares his story.
We want to apologize again for those technical difficulties, but the New York State Department is alerting drivers tonight that the Sunset Avenue on-ramp to I-81 will be closed into early tomorrow morning. The closure is part of the I-81 Viaduct project. And Tyler, you know, it is family weekend here at SU this weekend, so I hope that those traffic closures on I-81 aren't going to be affecting the families moving in. What do you think?
You know, I think that a lot of them are going to be renting cars. Some of them are going to be taking Uber. So we're going to see some traffic there. Hopefully, like you said, it's not going to be too bad. But, you know, they're going to want to try all the Syracuse eats we got over here, that dinosaur barbecue. So they're going to be all around the city. What's your favorite place to take your parents?
You know, I'm actually going to the York tonight. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Syracuse. Luckily, it's not too close to I-81, so we shouldn't have any issues. But it's also since it's Parents Weekend, we want to know what the weather is going to be looking like too. So let's go ahead and head over to our weather anchor, Amelia Carr, who's going to give us an update on what those conditions will be looking like for the rest of your weekend and for our game day on Saturday. Amelia.
This week, we are going to have a continuation of what has been going on today. Right now, we've got 64 degrees and some cloudy skies going on. That's going to be later tonight. Now, I'm personally ready for the weekend, but it doesn't really seem like the sun is. It's been hiding behind all this cloud and rain all day, and it's just going to continue doing that. Right now, it is a little rainy, so if you're walking home, you might want to pull out an umbrella, but the winds aren't too crazy, so you don't need to grip onto it too hard. As for the rest of the region, it is pretty similar to what is going on right now in Syracuse. We've got pretty moderate temperatures. You can expect it to continue being this way. You know, it's a lot of those 68 degrees, 70 degrees, nothing too hot, nothing too cold, but there is that continuation of the rain. So you're gonna have to keep looking out for that for the rest of the weekend, and I will give you more on the weekend later on.
Thank you, Amelia. Definitely looking forward to some nicer weather towards the end of the weekend. Well, the Syracuse Hancock Airport is no longer a TSA pre-check enrollment center. The Regional Airport Authority announced this morning that the third-party provider IDEMA will shut down their registration center immediately. This will not stop current TSA pre-check members from being able to use the faster screening checkpoint already at the Syracuse Airport. The airport encourages anyone who previously had a scheduled pre-check enrollment appointment to reschedule at a nearby location.
Well, the former treasurer of the Durhamville Fire Department is pleading guilty to stealing over $90,000. Kimberly Schmidt was stealing money over the past 7 years. According to the state comptroller's office, Schmidt used the money for various personal purchases, including plane tickets, salon visits, and subscriptions. She has agreed to pay the money she stole and will face 3 years, of prison.
The Syracuse Fire Department is seeking a new maintenance facility. Its current building was constructed roughly 60 years ago, and they say is not safe to service fire trucks. The department found a crack in the ground in 2024, and assessments show the weight of modern trucks are causing damage to the structure. The fire department is requesting the city initiate the rebuilding process and is evaluating temporary facility options. The fire department is currently using a smaller garage on SU's campus as a temporary solution.
A case of West Nile virus has been reported in Ontario County by their public health department. According to the CDC, this makes the 35th confirmed case of West Nile virus in New York State alone, and the 7th this week. They also say around 25 mosquito pools in the state tested positive for the disease last week, including one in Onondaga County. Locals can protect themselves with insect repellents and limiting their time outdoors to just before sunrise. Limiting their time outdoors before sunrise, after sunrise, and before sunset.
And Governor Kathy Hochul has announced a $25 million plan to expand access to health care for people with developmental disabilities. The grants will go toward the development of regional disability health clinics across New York State. Hochul says, quote, people with developmental disabilities often struggle to access dental care, physical therapy, and special medical needs. Equal access to health care is crucial for every New York family.
Hochul also announced $16 million in state funds will go to the development of New York's clean energy workforce. Hochul says, quote, as we transition to a clean energy future, it is essential that we equip New Yorkers with the skills and the opportunities necessary to thrive in this evolving industry, unquote. The New York State Department of Labor, says it will use the funding to support preparing young workers for employment.
And moving downstate, an off-duty New York City police officer shot a man who tried to rob her in Penn Station last night. Police say 2 off-duty officers were waiting for the train around 7 p.m. One of them then used her firearm to shoot the man in the arm during the attempted robbery. He was hospitalized and is now in stable condition. Police say it is unknown if the man had a weapon. He was detained and has not yet been charged.
Well, coming up on News Live at 6, the government is preparing agencies for potential cuts. We'll have the details when we return.
And 6 states are facing legal action for not turning in voter registration lists. The details next. Where's the sound? Welcome back to News Live at 6. The White House is drafting a request to all federal agencies to draw up plans for a, quote, reduction in force if Congress doesn't pass a spending bill before October 1st.
This release puts pressure on Democrats who now risk getting federal employees fired if they don't vote alongside Republicans to avoid a government shutdown. The memo also details job losses for federal employees if the government does, in fact, shut down.
And 3 of the nation's largest school districts are in jeopardy of losing $24 million in grants from the Trump administration. Public schools in New York City, Chicago, and Fairfax County were given until Tuesday to change their transgender bathroom policies, and they didn't comply.
Well, the Trump administration says school districts needed to stop giving students access to locker rooms and restrooms that corresponded with their gender identity. The Justice Department is suing 6 states for refusing to turn over their voter registration lists. The lawsuits were filed against top election officials here in New York. The other states included were California, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and Pennsylvania.
The lawsuits seek to force election officials to provide all voter information, including names, birth dates, driver license numbers, and social security numbers. States such as Oregon and Maine have already been sued for failing to provide voting information. And now to the latest. President Trump has signed an executive order just over an hour ago that could save TikTok. The deal could transfer a majority of the stock ownership to Americans.
It's not clear at this time who the exact parties involved in the deal are. Trump says the co-founder of the software company Oracle will play a, quote, big role. He also named tech entrepreneur Michael Dell and Rupert Murdoch. Well, the latest on the Dallas ICE shooting, authorities say that the 29-year-old may have been planning the Dallas attack for weeks in an effort to create a, quote, real terror. Investigators have seized devices and writings from the suspect, Joshua John.
FBI Director Kash Patel says the FBI has found a document downloaded by John containing a list of Department of Homeland Security locations and evidence of, quote, multiple searches of ballistics.
If you want to know what the weather is going to be for the next 5 days, stay right here. Welcome back. I've got the 5-day forecast going for you guys. We'll start off with Friday. We've got some morning showers going on. It's going to be a nice 71 degrees, and then we're slowly transitioning into some sun. On Saturday, it's going to be cloudy, but no more rain at 74 degrees. Then on Sunday, partly cloudy. We've got some sun peeking through. Monday, more sun is going to be appearing, although same high of 76, although the low is going to be a little bit colder. We've got 52 degrees. And then finally on Tuesday, mostly sunny, 74 degrees. And then we've got a low that I'm currently hiding with 54 degrees. So it's nice. We're slowly transitioning into some warmer weather. With that being said, it is getting towards the end of the nice warmer season. So we've got some nice recommendations for you for what to do to soak up this last time that we have some sun going on, because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got Syracuse winter. It was the first day of fall just a few days ago, which means that we can expect for the sun not to be around much longer. So I've got some recommendations of what to do to enjoy it while it's still here. You can go for a nice foliage hike, enjoy the beautiful fall scenery. There's so many great places to go in upstate New York. Or for all you SU students, go for a self-guided campus tour. There's so many great, beautiful architectural spots that mix so well with the lovely weather. Then finally, my favorite one, become a tree hugger. I'm gonna miss the greenery so much. I don't know about you guys, so we might as well just give a big hug to the trees, big hug to the grass. Let them know how much we're gonna miss them. Give them a nice goodbye, because in a few months from now, we're all gonna be sad that they're gone. So we might as well appreciate it while we still got it. But Lauren, Jeremy, will I be seeing you guys hugging any trees this weekend, or?
You know what, Amelia? I might just have to hug some trees this weekend. I'm definitely going to miss the green trees. The leaves are already starting to change a little bit, which I am excited about, but I will miss the nice summer days.
I will say, I come from Florida. The opportunity to hug trees that won't stab us with palm needles is, a really rare opportunity. We'll have to take it up while I'm here in the state of New York.
Amelia, those were definitely some great September activities that you offered for us. And something else to think about in September is it is National Food Insecurity Month. And our Jeremy Reed is here to explain how SU is commemorating this month.
Thanks, guys. SU is currently throwing several events this month to help the community in its battle against food insecurity. All right, sorry about that, folks. A few technical difficulties right now. We're just going to keep rolling with them. There we go. Let's scroll down. All right, so yes, currently many donation piles have been set up around the campus. We have some at South Campus around Goldstein Student Center. We have some at the Shine Student Center, and we also have some food donation piles at the Hendricks Chapel. But what exactly is Hunger Action Month? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is a nationwide effort to raise awareness of and to combat food insecurity. And recently, I had the chance to talk with the Associate Director of the Office of Community Engagement, Jake Lazowski, who expressed the impact that SU has had on the community. He says, quote, Syracuse University holds a prominent place in our community because when its needs are expressed, the university as an institution can answer the call. Our giving back makes a difference and helps local organizations meet the needs of our most vulnerable neighbors. And with Syracuse's high poverty rate, SU Economics junior Samuel Swagard understands the importance of donating. Around the school.
Well, I think it's very important. In class, I learned that the poverty rate for children in Syracuse is about 50%, or one of the highest in the country. So it shows that, donations are, I guess we could say, definitely in need, because with income insecurity comes food insecurity, and so
Current food drive, a fundraiser for the Salvation Army Food Pantry, is taking place right before the Duke SU game this weekend. And the Empty Bowls fundraiser will take place next Friday, October the 3rd. And with that, Tyler, Lauren, back to you.
Jeremy, thank you so much. And turning to some more national news, Amazon is set to pay roughly $2.5 billion to settle FTC allegations for misleading its users into paying for Prime memberships. The settlement comes just 3 days into the trial.
A lawsuit was filed by the FTC back in June of 2023 claiming that Amazon deceived millions of customers. Amazon is paying $1 billion to the FTC for civil penalties and $1.5 billion to roughly 36 million customers who were impacted by, quote, unwanted Prime enrollment or deferred cancellation, unquote. Well, Starbucks is announcing a $1 billion restructuring plan that involves closing some of its stores and laying off workers earlier today. It's estimated that the coffee giant will eliminate roughly 900 retail jobs, 900 non-retail jobs and close, quote, many open positions, unquote.
Starbucks cut another 1,000 jobs earlier this year. The company has also experienced 6 consecutive quarters of declining sales. Now, Jish, what's coming up in sports?
I'll tell you what's coming up in sports. Some records are not meant to be broken, but simply meant to be tied. We have more on Aaron Judge on sports on News Live at 6 right after this.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Sometimes you just gotta step back and admire greatness. Yankees slugger Aaron Judge continued to make history with his 50th homer of the season last night. Welcome to sports. I'm Jish Sokolsky. Judge went 3 for 4 with 2 homers in the 8-1 win over the White Sox yesterday, the first of which brought him to that magic number 50. Now I know what you may be thinking. 50 home run seasons? Well, that's been done before, but this is Judge's 4th time reaching that milestone, which ties him for the most in MLB history. Only Babe Ruth, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGwire have 4 50 home run seasons. To be up there with those all-time greats must be exciting to think about, right, Aaron?
Appreciate the company you join along the way.
I can't. You know, if you sit back and admire it, then you're gonna, you're gonna stop your momentum. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. You know, hopefully I have a long career here, and we do some special things that we can talk about at the end.
What has for you meant to this?
Is still some work to do. If the season ended today, the Yankees would be the first wildcard team facing the Red Sox, who have the season tiebreaker. But this doesn't tell the full story. New York is currently tied with Toronto for the lead in the AL East and the entire AL, and the Blue Jays have just lost 6 of their last 7. But because they have the tiebreakers, Yankees fans will ironically have to root for the Red Sox tonight if they want the 1 seed. Boston plays Toronto at 7 tonight, and New York closes out its series with Chicago at the same time. As the baseball regular season comes down to the wire, a different season kicks off tonight on the Hill. SU Ice Hockey opens the 2025 campaign with a big question. How do you replace Allie Kelly? The goalie set the NCAA record for the most career saves with 4,594, a record for both men's and women's ice hockey. The Orange will have to figure out a contingency plan quick because they face number 5 Minnesota Duluth right now, and already the goalie seems to be an issue. It's 1-0 MND in the first period, so regardless of result, SU will have to get that goalieing shored up, and the rematch with MND will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But before that, can you almost believe that a quarter of NFL games will be played after this week? The Cardinals and Seahawks are set to battle it out on prime time tonight. Both NFC West squads are 2-1, and they both lost to the same team in the division, the rival 49ers. Arizona played San Francisco last week and just eked out a 16-15 loss while losing star running back James Conner for the season. On the other hand, Seattle just blew out New Orleans 44-13. The Hawks have a chance to win their 3rd consecutive win tonight. Guys, that's really far away, though. The West Coast, there is a bigger football game for Syracuse fans happening this weekend, Parents Weekend, in front of a sold-out crowd. I got to ask, have you guys gotten your tickets?
I have, and I have to say it's the one football game I have tickets to so far this year. I haven't seen them yet, but our quarterback is out.
It is true. It'll be Ricky Collins' first career start. That's going to be some exciting stuff. Tyler, you going to be there?
I gotta say, I was looking to buy some tickets, and then you said they're all sold out, so I'll have to check the aftermarket. But I will say we're going to be back just after these brief messages with a story about an organization looking to make a cleaner future. Stay with us.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. A volunteer organization is working to create a cleaner and more environmentally friendly city. Our reporter Skylar Smith has more on its founding and the impact it's had on the Syracuse community.
What started off as casual walks with her friends while cleaning the streets of Syracuse, what Erica Oler referred to as trash talks, has grown into a citywide effort. Oler, who says that she felt hopeless over the past few months because of the political climate, decided to take matters into her own hands.
I felt like, gosh, is there anything that I could do? Well, I guess I could pick up trash.
Oler then founded Detrash Syracuse, a volunteer organization aiming to eliminate waste and build community.
Just a block away from Detrash Syracuse's most recent cleanup, I'm here at Franklin Square Park, where the first event was hosted just a few months ago.
What began as a small 14-person cleanup in Franklin Square soon grew into something bigger. Oler has now hosted 4 events, one in which she collaborated with Lemoyne College.
We've started to develop a small number of regulars, and to me that's the biggest success because that means I'm doing something right.
A few weeks ago, Oler and other volunteers discovered over 700 pounds of trash illegally dumped in an alleyway.
But probably the most pervasive form of trash is what we've called microtrash. Cigarette butts, gum wrappers, candy wrappers.
But Oler says that picking up trash has also picked up her spirits.
Now that I'm doing Detrash Syracuse, I feel like I can contribute in a meaningful way, and there's actually a lot of people who feel the same exact way. I think we're all living in a lonely time, and if we can meet others and get a good workout and pick trash, sounds like a good day to me.
Skylar Smith, CitrusTV News.
Now on to what the weather is going to be this next morning. At 6 a.m. it's going to be around 62 degrees, although I do hope that nobody is up at that time because in my head, Friday is the weekend and you should always sleep in on the weekend. 3 hours later at 9 a.m. it's going to be around 64 degrees. And then once it hits noon, it's going to be continuing on that trend of warming up. It's going to be a nice 69 degrees. So we're going to have a cloudy morning and it's going to go into some potential rain, but that's all we've really got for the morning. What are you guys looking forward to this weekend? Do you think the weather is going to allow you guys to have any nice activities?
Hopefully not the rain tomorrow. It's rained, every day this week so far? I'm kind of sick of it. What about you guys?
I have to agree. I'm sick of the rain too, but I think hopefully some sunshine will prevail because I'm going to hopefully go out with some friends this weekend.
Well,
get ready.
Something exciting we can talk about is a new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie is in the works, and he's starring as Syracuse alumnus Mark Kerr. Kerr is a real-life MMA fighter who graduated from SU in 1992. The movie is set to hit theaters next week. What do you guys think? Are we MMA fans? Are we going to see the movie? Are we Dwayne Johnson fans?
I could probably take him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he's just an actor, right? I mean, I'm a real person.
That's a bold
He's just an
statement,
actor.
but, I'll trust you on that.
Don't trust me. I'm completely lying.
I'm not much of an MMA fan, but I am a big fan of the man behind us, Dwayne Johnson. Awesome wrestler and an even better actor. I'm excited to see what he brings to this movie. What about you?
I'd love to see some SU representation on the screen, and awesome to see that Dwayne Johnson is playing. I mean, he's a huge deal, The Rock.
Yeah, I'd love to see him myself. Well, that's CitrusTV News live at 6 for this Thursday.
Don't forget, you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News Now. For the entire CitrusTV News team, I'm Oldano.
And I'm Lauren Holdmyer. Have a great evening, Syracuse.